All right, your last install passed inspection, the customer signed off, and you got paid. That doesn't mean it passed quality. And if you're being honest with yourself right now, you already know that. There's a document sitting out there called ACCA QI5, the Quality Installation Standard. Most contractors have heard the name. Almost nobody follows it start to finish. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what that standard requires, why smart contractors skip steps they know they shouldn't, and what it's actually costing you in callbacks, comfort complaints, and comfort of your own damn sleep at night. Stick around because by the end of this, you're gonna look at your last 10 installs a little differently. Hi, I'm Chris Morin with HVAC Pro Blog. Let me back up for a second. See, I started in HVAC when I was 16. I've been in and out of attics, crawl spaces, and mechanical rooms for longer than some of you might have been alive. And I can tell you from experience, the industry has a code problem and a quality problem. And they're not the same thing. Code tells you the minimum you're legally allowed to do. Quality installation tells you what actually makes the system work the way it's designed to. Passing code means the inspector didn't find a violation. Passing QI means the homeowner gets the comfort, efficiency, and equipment life they paid for. Those are two very different bars. ACCA built the QI5 standard in large part because manufacturers kept getting blamed for equipment failures that were never the equipment's fault. Compressors failing early, coils icing up, systems short cycling, and every single time the manufacturer's engineers will pull the unit apart and find the same 5 things wrong, not defects. Installation problems. So ACCA sat down with the industry and basically said, here's the floor, here's what a quality install actually requires in writing, no more guessing. So what does it actually require? I'm gonna go bucket by bucket because this is the meat of the video. Bucket 1 is proper load calculation. This means a real manual J done with actual inputs, not a rule of thumb based on square footage or the old unit was a 3-ton, so we'll put in a 3-ton. I've said this probably in a dozen videos now, and I'll say it again. Guessing tonnage is malpractice in this trade. The standard requires the load calc to actually inform the equipment selection, not get done after the fact just to justify what you already sold. Bucket 2 is duct design, which means manual D. Sizing the equipment right and then running it through junk duct work is like putting a Ferrari engine in a car with bicycle tires. The standard requires the duct system to actually be capable of delivering the air the equipment produces at the static pressure the equipment can handle. Bucket 3, and this is the one that gets skipped constantly, is airflow verification. Not assumed airflow, measured airflow. You're supposed to verify total external static pressure with a manometer and confirm the system is actually moving the CFM per ton it needs to move. I'd bet money that less than a quarter of installs happening in this country right now ever get a static pressure reading taken. It's not because contractors are lazy. A lot of them were just never taught that it's a step. All right, bucket 4 is refrigerant charge verification. Superheat and subcooling. You have to check it and document it, not eyeballed off the sight glass or beer can cold. Overcharged and undercharged systems are one of the single biggest killers of compressor life in this industry, and it's completely avoidable with like a 15-minute check. Bucket 5 is a combustion and venting safety test for anything gas-fired, plus a general check that the whole system, mechanical, electrical, and ductwork, was installed the way the manufacturer's instructions actually say to install it. Now here's the problem, and this is where I want you to really pay attention because this is where most contractors, myself included earlier in my career, drop the ball. Every single one of those 5 buckets takes time. Time is one thing that a technician racing between 4 calls a day just doesn't have. So what happens? The truck rolls up, the old equipment comes out, the new equipment goes in, fires up, cold air comes out the vents, and the homeowner's happy in the moment, crews out the door to the next one. There's no static pressure reading, no documented superheat and subcooling, probably not even a real load calc, just a swap out. I want to tell you about a job I got called into years back. It wasn't my install. Somebody else's callback that got handed to me. It was a brand new heat pump. It might have been like 8 months old or so, and the homeowner was complaining that the upstairs was always warm and the system ran constantly. Everybody who'd been out there before just kept adding refrigerant because it must be low on charge, right? I put a manometer on it and the total external static pressure was almost double what that air handler was rated for. The duct system was strangling it. It wasn't a refrigerant problem at all, and every tech before me just never bothered to check because measuring static pressure wasn't part of their process. See, that's not a training failure on refrigerant. That's a QI failure. It's plain and simple. Here's the thing I want stuck in your head after this video ends. Quality installation isn't a compliance checkbox. It's a competitive weapon. Think about it. Every contractor in your market can install a box. Almost none of them can prove with actual documented numbers that the system is performing the way it was designed. The moment you start handing homeowners a report with their static pressure, verified airflow, measured superheat and subcooling, you've separated yourself from every price shopping competitor in your area. You're not selling a box anymore, see? You're selling proof. And proof is exactly what turns a $9,000 quote into a $12,000 signed contract. Because now the homeowner understands what they're actually paying for, and their perceived risk is much lower than going with a competitor. So let's bring this all back together. ACCA's quality installation standard comes down to 5 things. A real load calculation and equipment selection. A duct system actually designed to move the air. Verified airflow with real static pressure readings. Verified refrigerant charge, and combustion and safety checks done right. None of those 5 things are complicated. None of them require expensive equipment you likely don't already own or can't afford. What they require is discipline and a decision that you're done installing equipment based on guesswork. Thanks for joining me this week at HVAC Pro Blog, where we provide advice for residential system design, quality installation, and system diagnosis. I'll see you soon.